Hope you're ready for some bullshit today, people. Valve pulled Hatred from Greenlight after it had already been through the process and voted on. After it had already passed the Greenlight process. Okay, so I got this archive of a article from Gamma Sutra. Yeah, archived because fuck giving Gamma Sutra any money. By Alex Waro, or however you pronounce their name. Valve has removed the game Hatred from Steam hours after Polish developer Destructive Creations launched it on Steam Greenlight, citing concerns that the game does not fit Valve's publishing standards. That's a bit worrying. We wanted you guys to know that based on what we see on Greenlight, we would not publish Hatred on Steam, reads an excerpt of the message Destructive Creations says they received from Valve today. As such, we'll be taking it down. This is interesting to game developers because it sheds light on what precisely Valve will tolerate on its platform. Steam Greenlight's developer guidelines include the restriction that submissions must not contain offensive material or violate copyright or intellectual property rights, and Hatred, described by its creators as an isometric shooter with disturbing atmosphere of mass killing, seems to cross that line. Yeah. Okay. We'll get to that in a second. In an email detailing the delisting, a Destructive Creations representative said that the studio respects Valve's decision but intends to continue development of the game unchecked. Even though games like Manhunt or Postal are still available on Steam, we of course fully respect Valve's decision, as they have the right to do so, reads an excerpt of the email. In the same time, we want to assure you that this won't in any way impact the game's development, game's vision, or gameplay features we're aiming for. Gamasutra has reached out to Valve for further comment on its guidelines for publishing games on Steam. So despite the fact that they still have other ultra-violent games, Hotline Miami, Postal, Manhunt, and even then, games that aren't ultra-violent, but games that also focus on a lot of other offensive things, Grand Theft Auto, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, they pulled only Hatred. Which is bullshit. We've had plenty of games of gratuitous violence out there before. This is nothing new. And I would argue that Manhunt is worse. Manhunt has you not only kill people, but kill them in some of the most gruesome ways possible. It's a stupid political decision. That's what this is. That's all this can possibly be. A stupid political decision because of people shitting up Hatred with things like the change.org petition and the horrible journalistic coverage of the game. As such, here's what I worry about most. What is Steam going to do? What are they going to do? What is Valve going to do? Are they going to start censoring more and more games? Because that's what it seems like. After this, are they going to cancel the planned release of Grand Theft Auto 5 on Steam whenever the PC version comes to the PC? Are they going to follow in the steps of Target and Kmart Australia? This decision is abject bullshit. So here's my suggestion to any of you watching any of the videos covering this. Mundane Matt, myself, anybody. Pull up the Valve email Gabe, email Doug Lombardi, who I believe was the guy that put out a press release about this. Email anyone else you might think would have any sort of authority over the green light process. And tell them straight up, this is bull. I am not supporting Steam or Valve for this. And the worst part about this is that Valve and Steam have an almost monopoly on the digital distribution platform of PC games, which is, let's be honest, probably the most used platform for PC games. They have an almost 100% market share. I mean, sure, yeah, there's Uplay and Origin. Who the hell fucking uses those? I mean, the only reason I use Uplay is the backdoor that comes on with the Steam games I buy. It's required. Same with and I'll never use Origin. If I'm ever required to use Origin for any EA game that I get through Steam, fuck it. I will buy the game and straight up download a cracked version that doesn't require Origin. I own the game, so I can do whatever I please with it at that point. And yes, that's an advocacy of using cracks for games whose platforms you don't want to support, like Origin or Uplay. But if this leads to what I think it might, which is a lot more censorship on Valve's part, Valve is, even if they suddenly said, well, we're going to make censorship decisions, but look, Half-Life 3 confirmed. Yes, Half-Life 3 joke is relevant here. Nobody's going to give a shit. They're going to be like, fuck you. Fuck Half-Life. We're not buying anything from you anymore. So, email Gabe, email Doug, email anybody you think will listen in Steam, in Valve. And not only is this, censorship, but this is a kick in the nuts. This is salt in the wound because, as I said, hatred had already been greenlit. It had already passed the voting process. And I have some very unique statistics here, the voting metrics. As you can see, an item has been banned up here. Hatred's lifetime stats had a total of 17,464 unique visitors. And when it was voted for, there were 14,209 votes. And of those votes, 13,148 were yes. That's a 93% approval rating. 93%. This was an overwhelming yes from the community. And they're like, nope, we're going to pull it now after it's already passed the process. No. So go on, guys. You know how this goes. Emails. Just like we've been emailing advertisers, email fucking Valve. Let them fucking know that this is bullshit. Because there are plenty of other ultra-violent video games out there, and they need to be protected. Freedom of expression. Freedom to have whatever fantasies we want, because they're just fantasies. They are not reality, and we can tell the difference between reality and fantasy. Anyway, I'm Xanatrix Adari, and remember, you don't only seek the truth, but the truth seeks you.